Today I'm back at the largest and most expensive private fish collection in the world. And let me tell you, this isn't just a fish facility, it's a living, breathing work of art. It's been years since I last stood here. Back when these ponds were just being filled for the first time, I never imagined what this place would become. These koi are worth more than most cars. I just met the man behind it all, a koi fanatic like no other. And this koi has its own security detail. Yeah, welcome to the world of elite koi. I remember the smell of fresh concrete, the sound of the first water pumps turning on. I was here before there were even koi in these ponds. Now, look at this. These fish have grown, and so has the dream. Herbert's got his koi pond split across 3 awesome locations. First up, the Botanical Koi House, where we're meeting up with Brian, Herbert's go-to guy for top quality koi.
What's going on, guys? I'm Brian from Fitz Fish Ponds, and I want to welcome you to Herbert's Botanical Koi House number 1. Well, this is technically his second pond. His first pond's at his main house, but here we have about a 30,000 gallon pond. I didn't build it. I got involved working with Herbert about 8 months ago. I met him at a koi show in Las Vegas, and after talking with him, seeing some of the issues he was having in the pond, he asked us to come in, make it so we can have more beautiful fish. They stay nice and healthy.
Keeping this many big koi healthy takes serious filtration and daily care. So when Brian got the job, basically the keys to the castle, he jumped right in and got to work.
Amazing pond with an iconic collection. I would say Herbert has the best collection of koi in the world in one location. Being this pond is very well stocked, it needs good filtration. That's the heartbeat of the pond. And it needs a redundant system, right? If one filter goes down, you can't not have another system working. We got involved by making the bottom nice and smooth here. There was some open pipes and some different things on the bottom that was affecting the koi health. So we actually sent some divers in to fix all that by switching some of the flow that was gravity return to pump return. This system wasn't set up to do a gravity and pump, but it was the entire system had to be pumped. We were able to increase the flow on this pond and filter the water once every 35 minutes versus before when it was about once every 2 hours.
It is just insane to realize how big these facilities are and how much this owner cares about these Japanese koi. This is just a dream. And I will explain a little bit why. It's a dream not because there's so many fish out here from the best quality. It is a dream for me to be able to film this and show it to you to grow our industry. And I think that's the best and coolest thing we can do. Beside the fact that I probably would love to spend there for a week. Just sit here and relax this beautiful fish. The botanical koi ponds are fully climate controlled and powered by solar energy. Thanks to the pleasant conditions, the owner can enjoy his fish all year round, even in winter. Herbert's love for animals goes way beyond just koi. And while he's known for his impressive collection of Japanese jumbo koi, that's not all he has. And he also has one of the largest private collections of white buffaloes and deers. This man loves animals.
So guys, I know this is like supersized, right? 190 cm plus koi in one pond and all this filtration. This is just a supersized version for industrial fish farms, really, and the extreme koi hobbyists. So whatever level you're at, there's a solution offered by one of these big manufacturers to help you guys out.
Managing such a large collection of koi isn't without its challenges. To stay ahead, Herbert built his own fish hospital and quarantine facility. These 4 specialized ponds allow him to isolate fish for treatment, post-show recovery, or when welcoming new fish from Japan.
When I got involved here, I was tasked, my first project that Herbert gave me was to catalog and check the fish health of his koi. And when doing that, we did find some issues, but with those issues, we offered solutions on how to make it an easier job for him and his staff to keep the koi here healthy. And one thing we really needed was tanks to treat sick fish. Fish get sick, especially in a high density stocked environment. So having multiple ponds with different biosystems is extremely helpful. So one of the projects here was to install 2 hospital ponds, quarantine ponds, to help the staff here be able to treat fish when they need to. But before we head to the next stop, I want to just show you this area down here was all wasted space. They had basically an underground storage area here. So what we did was we actually jackhammered the floor up of these existing ponds and put bottom drains in and mid-level intakes, then we re-fiberglassed them. We'll attach some pictures of the projects we did. But doing that, we're able to increase the flow of this pond and run 2 separate pond systems. A feed filter, 1 drum, so that there's multiple things. If one system fails, the other one will work. Having a diversity when you have this many koi is really important. And when I say this many koi, there's one more koi house, guys. So let's go see it.
But before we head over to the biggest pond, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm and supports what I do. Alright, let's move on to koi house number 2, the Japanese mega pond. It holds nearly 200,000 liters of water and is home to hundreds of koi. Truly a dream pond.
So this is koi house 1, and then this is koi house 3 to my left. It's still under construction, so we won't go in there. It's done by a different company, we're not involved there. But there's some other ponds that we built over here. This is built after the Momotaro style greenhouse in Japan. It's a massive 180,000 gallon pond.
So Brian, how many fish are actually in total here? How many fish does the owner Herbert owns?
Real quick, that's a fish I got Herbert as a gift with an H on its head.
That is funny. It's the black H on the head.
Yeah. I think he has over 1,000 imported Japanese koi, all 2 years and above. Quite a bit of fish, so you need a lot of water to have these fish in. And this pond actually gets filtered once every 45 minutes. So the viewer might say, wow, this is overstocked. But I think in time, this pond will get spread out. We'll try to keep the same size fish in this pond and track their growth rates and then just see where they go. But the koi know we're here. They're hungry, so let's throw some food in.
Look at that. How cool is that? So what was the idea about the design? Because I really like the fact you have so much water. And how many gallons is it?
180,000 gallons.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so I really want to know, the fish are eating right now. So much water. How do you filter this?
This is filtered by 6 Profi drum combi filters. So it's a drum filter with a moving bed behind it. And then we have 3 flow cell giant filters, same as the other pond. And those are mechanical filters. So having 2 different systems in here is really good because it helps, if anything ever fails, that one system will work and the other one. So having different pumps, yeah, it's more energy. But when you have this many koi in here, you want to have redundant systems. So this is running on 8 different pumps, so that there's always something that's going to be working. When you're looking to hire a pond professional to do a project, you want to say, send me a picture of the last filter room you built. Send me a picture of, you know, how you did this, how you did that. You know, these aren't small financial decisions you are going to make. So doing the research is really important. And you want something that's going to work long term. And then also something that if you had to retrofit it down the road, it still could be done. So we designed this with all of that in mind.
And that is what it's all about, what we're doing. It is about educating people, making people save money on building their ponds. That's why I partnered up with Brian as well. He's the biggest importer of Japanese koi in the United States. He maintains the most ponds and he builds the most ponds of anyone out here in the United States. Beside that, guys, I have one more question. And I think this is the question I normally don't ask. And I just want you to give me an estimate. How much are all these koi worth? And I'm not even talking about the facility of this. Oh.
I think it's anything in here total is over $1 million and up.
Wow. That is insane. It is beautiful. And this owner, you have seen him in the previous video, he shows his fish to the public to educate people, show his fish and grow the industry. And that's where it's all about.
All right, guys, so we also built a 20,000 gallon aquarium here. Our friends at Predatory Fins got Herbert a whole bunch of really cool monster fish. So this was actually in Predatory Fins shop in Florida. And then we actually have this tank transported here for Herb. We have a Profi drum on there, and we have a filter and a heater because that's gonna be a tropical environment for some giant monster fish that aren't koi. So stay tuned for the next video when we show the monster fish that are going to be in that pond.
We are going to feed more of the koi. If you're not subscribed, click on the subscribe button. We are going to do a lot of pond visits all around the world, especially in Europe as well this year. I'm going back to Switzerland, so click on the subscribe button. And if you want to see more videos or the tour I did 2 years ago here with Herbert, click on the video right here.